We all know the feeling of being stressed. We race around trying to think and clear our heads of fuzzy thinking. The report is due for the CEO and it's due within an hour, and you're only halfway through it. You've got a room full of patients who are waiting to be assessed, and you're due to pick your children up within the next hour. You can't think straight, your bucket is full, which is a way we describe cognitive bandwidth. The time feels like it's racing away. The clock hands seem to be moving at 3 times the speed that they usually move. Your brain feels like it's going to explode, your emotions are in overload, and the world will end, as you know it, in an hour's time. And that's what it feels like psychologically. But what's going on physically? The sure thing is, there won't be many good chemicals such as serotonin, which increases well-being, dopamine or oxytocin going around your body. Your body will most probably be running on cortisol, which long-term is corrosive to our bodies. We're just not designed to run on this chemical or high levels of stress, not for long periods anyway. We can, however, run on short-term stress situations, so that can benefit us in many ways. For example, it can speed up our responses in healing wounds, and it can also help us fight dangerous situations. But if these dangerous situations continue, they can cause chronic stress. This impacts on our lives, both professionally and personally, resulting in long and long-lasting conditions such as decreased libido, dementia, diabetes, mental disorders, obesity, premature aging, specific cancers and much more. And with a list like this, wouldn't you want to avoid stress if you could? I think you can see from the list that there are many dangers for all of us on long-term stressful situations. And in many cases, they can exclude us too. How? Well, our body and our mind begins to shut down. In many cases, we feel excluded from everything, resulting in short and long-term periods of sickness. And by the way, the bill for this for the NHS is huge. When people are subjected to long-term stressful periods, it may also result in experienced, valuable staff leaving the service, which causes massive shortages in different professions, damaging both the service delivery and the stress for the remaining staff. Alternatively, it could affect the organisation's performance. Staff get what I call the 3 Ds: demotivated, demoralised and disheartened. Then patients suffer. The performance measures for the organisations, such as the staff survey, etc., are disappointing, evidencing the organisation to be in danger of underachieving, and this spreads through the phenomena of emotional contagion, infecting every corner of the organisation. Does it have to be like this? Well, no. But we need to take action. Let me explain how I think inclusion can help. And before I begin, I just want to say that inclusion is not the answer to all the problems. However, in my experience, it can help. Firstly, there needs to be a change in the culture. And I don't mean just putting the word inclusion before every single strategy. The culture needs to change, developing the organisation and becoming inclusive. And this also takes a long time. We can enlighten, educate and engage people in what inclusion means, but unless we have a culture change, it won't work. Secondly, inclusion will mean different things to different organisations and the people who work in them. Inclusion is also about how we feel. It's not a one-size-fits-all. More importantly, all levels of the organisation need to work on being inclusive, with respect and regard for each other and the work they carry out. Thirdly, we need to build good, strong relationships, understand there is more than one viewpoint, appreciate another perspective, listen and value each interaction, become aware of our own attitude and behaviour and the assumptions and how they affect others. Change can and will happen once we all begin to think differently. This in turn will help the change of the culture of the organisation and increase performance and hopefully decrease stress. An inclusive culture is not rocket science. It's much more important than that.